SportsNOLA.com, Lenny Vangilder over at the Hertz Center on Tulane's campus. Former Lawless and NBA standout Eldridge Recasner here for this event with the Retired Players Association. Let's start there. Talk about the chance to be able to give back a little bit to your hometown at an event with some other former NBA players.
Well, I'm always excited to come home. You know, Arnie Felco, who's the former city councilman here, has a passion for New Orleans, and every time we do this full court press Preface Success program, he finds a way to get New Orleans on the schedule. I think this is the fourth clinic that I've been involved with. We had one uptown. We had two in the lower Ninth Ward, and then this one here at the Hertz Center in Tulane. And it means a lot to me because if there's any way that I can give back to the kids and maybe just reach one and let them know, hey, if that guy made it from the lower Ninth Ward, I can make it also. That's what my goal is.
30 years ago, this was you. You were a high school senior at Lawless. You know, the school didn't come back after Katrina, and in the lower Ninth Ward, really, of course, is the area that maybe got crushed most of all. When you come back now, is it in the last 10 years? Is it hard to see what's happened? Is it encouraging to see the improvements maybe that you see every time that you come back? What's your thought process about New Orleans?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, it's encouraging to see the progress that we made. You know, I go around the city when we're looking to do this camp, and I visited a lot of gymnasiums to see where we're going to host it. You can see that, you know, the Pete Sanchez Center in the lower Ninth Ward has been totally rebuilt. Stallings Center on St. Claude and Poland is rebuilt. Joe Brown out of New Orleans East is rebuilt. But the part that's discouraging to me is when you're going to the lower Ninth Ward where I'm from, you drive down Galvin Street off of Calf, and it looks like Hurricane Katrina just hit 6 months ago. So that's the part that's heart-wrenching to me. And everybody sees the French Quarter, and they see Jazz Fest and Mardi Gras, and they go, oh, the city's all the way back. But the people where I grew up in my community, they're gone. So that's the part that makes you sad.
What kind of message do you take to these young people based on not just your high school experience here in New Orleans, but your college experience at the University of Washington, the time you spent in the NBA? What is it that you can convey to them, and you're trying to do that as part of these clinics?
The biggest thing I can tell them is just have a dream. You know, never let anybody tell you what you can't do. My dream was to play in the NBA. I told them earlier today in a life skills session. You know, honestly, when I was 12 years old, did I really think it was going to happen? No, I didn't, but that was my dream, and it became a reality. So my message to them is no matter where you're from, no matter how humble your beginnings, just if you have a goal and you commit yourself to it, the sky's the limit.
Now you're getting a chance to do a little TV work up in the Seattle area now. You got a chance to see Tulane last year against Washington, and one of the Washington players on that team was Gennard Giroux, former McDonough 35 product, who is transferring back to Tulane for his final year this year. Your thoughts on what you saw from Tulane and what the Tulane fans can expect from Giroux?
You know, Tulane came in, and I think they really played extremely well. They kind of surprised me because Washington was undefeated at the time, and they were playing really well also. But I remember the foreign kid. I can't remember his name, but he had a great game against us. After that, the bottom kind of fell off of Washington. Robert Upshaw got kicked off the team. Abdul Gaddy decided to transfer and go to Gonzaga. And I was surprised Gennard Giroux, a kid, like you said, from McDonough 35, going into his senior year, decided that he wanted to transfer and come back home. So I think Tulane is getting a kid with a great attitude. You know, I always tried to connect with Gennard because he was from New Orleans. I think they're getting a big that actually feels a little bit more comfortable playing on the perimeter. Gennard's a guy that likes to shoot the 15-foot jumper versus playing with his back to the basket in the paint. But I think he's a really good defensive player. He can block shots. He can rebound. So I think Coach Conroy will be happy with picking up Gennard.
Look forward to seeing it, and look forward to having you back in New Orleans again. And thanks for coming in and participating in this event.
No problem. Thanks for having me.